I've started on the keto diet. To begin with, you lose a lot of water. So I've been looking up a little bit on YouTube about it, listening to different people. And the reason you lose water at first is because there's a lot of inflammation in your body, and the keto diet, which consists heavily on meats, fatty meat. You have to get it out of your head about eating lean meat. It's more fatty meat. I know they like you to eat, and I haven't done this yet, but like chicken thighs with the skin. Well, here we've been removing all the skin. Oh, they just jerk you around, don't they? But unless you've heard different, and please share with me what you've heard. I mean, have you been on this keto diet? I have years ago. But now I'm thinking I know what kind of messed me up. I think I was getting tired of meat, so I start making the keto bread. Well, that is made with almond flour. And I'm finding out that almond flour has quite a bit of carbs in it. And Dr. Barry, who's very good if you want to listen to some, Dr. Barry, who's on YouTube, he said that most of the keto products, like keto bread, cookies, things like that, are not really keto. They're not what all they're cracked up to be. And they're expensive. But I've got them. I bought them. I've got even the keto taco shells. But I'm learning. Actually, from what I've been reading, if you have a lot of weight you want to lose, we'll say, I believe they said 50 pounds or more. Yeah. If you have 50 pounds or more you want to lose, and you want to lose it faster, go Carnivorous. Look that up. In fact, that's what Dr. Barry used to be on keto, but now he's carnivorous now. So they eat a lot of steak, lots of beef. You can also do it with a ground beef, make patties or whatever you want out of it. Eggs. See, I wrote it down here, make sure I have it right. Yeah, they eat beef, eggs, butter, liver, bacon. They want you to have salt, water. You can have coffee and tea. At least one, let's say, at least stay on it at least 1 month, it said. It says 1 or 2 very large meals a day in a 6-hour window. Eat till you're comfortably stuffed. If you only eat that, and nothing else. But, I'm thinking, can you afford that? Well, then I was listening to another man on there, and he was saying a cheap keto would be hot dogs, chicken legs, ground beef, and when you get the ground beef, it's the highest fat. Eggs, avocado, greens, which would be collards, kale, spinach, turnip greens, and you saute them in the bacon grease. That'd be what they call a cheap keto if you can't afford the steaks. All right. And they suggested, too, you just get rid of everything in your pantry that has sugar. It would be very easy if you're by yourself. If you are with someone who also was going to go on this keto diet, that would be wonderful. They could go along with that. But he says just donate, give away. Get rid of all grains out of your diet, especially wheat, corn, rice, oats. Get rid of vegetable oils. The worst is canola. That's the worst one. The next in line is corn oil, safflower oil, soybean oil, and Crisco. And I can't believe it's not butter. All of these are really bad for you, and they're inflammatory. So, I don't know if I finished that sentence about the. When I first got on this, I mean, I haven't been on it too very long, maybe a couple of weeks. But when you first get on it, you pee a lot. And he said that's one way of knowing that you are in a state of what they call ketosis. I'll explain that in a minute, the best I can. But here's how it goes, I guess. I think about it this way. You know, when you're building a fire, if you throw a newspaper on it or straw, that just burns fast. And it's a fast fire. But if you put a log on there, it's a slower burning fire that's going to last for a long time. And that's how it is with your food. When you're eating a lot of carbs, it's like say it's a lot of bread or sweet stuff. It's a fast energy that you get. It's very quick and you feel it right away. And your body's used to that quick energy. That's why it's like, oh, you want some sugary stuff when you're tired or whatever. But when you're eating fatty stuff and meat, protein is very important. Protein builds muscle. And whatever the animal is eating, which cows, if they're grazing and not just being fed grain, you're getting all that benefits without eating the vegetables yourself. So what you want is you want your body to become a fat burning machine. You want to get rid of all that fat. Well, I want my body to eat that up. So you want to be a fat burning machine, so you have to eat protein, stay away from carbs. You don't want your body to be a carb eating machine. Because if it's carb eating, it ain't going to eat the fat. So one way to know if you are in what they call ketosis, where your body is starting to eat fat instead of carbs, one way to know is you can buy these little strips at the pharmacy and you pee on them and it turns colors if you're in ketosis. But he was saying one way you can find out if you're fat adapted is you will be peeing a lot because the inflammation is leaving your body. The carbs cause a lot of inflammation. Also, if you have, is it called lymphedema? Where you get all that water in your legs and the trunks of your body and stuff. It's one way of getting rid of that water. Your blood pressure will go down. Now, I have noticed mine starting to go down. I'm on lisinopril. I like to get off of it, but I'll keep checking it. This is the greatest thing. You have decreased carb cravings, and you will crave fat more. I don't crave carbs the way I was, and you don't feel hungry all the time. That's the greatest thing. I don't feel hungry all the time. Increased mental clarity. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do. Now that you're saying it, I think I have it. I don't have that foggy feeling sometimes I get. All day energy. I have that when I'm on this keto diet. You don't get tired. And I mentioned the edema already, where you have water. I have noticed I'm losing that puffiness around my eyes. And that's a good way to do it. You know, I thought I understood what the Paleo diet was. But I don't think I did. It comes from the word Paleolithic period, and that would be like the Stone Age. And so a paleo diet is when you're eating like the cavemen would. They wouldn't have access to a lot of sugar or coffee. Now, I couldn't handle that because I'd have to be a cave woman with coffee. I guess they didn't have it. But they said it's a good maintenance diet to be on. It's vegetables, fruits, nuts, and meat. So, oh, intermittent fasting, don't forget that. That's the, I think, the easiest and best part of it. Because I get up in the morning, I used to think I had to have something right away. I had to have some toast or a bowl of cereal or oatmeal or something. I just thought I had to have, because you're taught that. But that's not true, because now I cut off eating at 7 in the evening. So if I'm not eating from 7 on, it all goes on all night. And maybe I try not to eat till 10 o'clock. I mean, that's fasting. That's a good long fast. So that alone is going to help you so much. And of course, get rid of the pop, no pop. What I drink is, I'm getting away from having that bottled water. And I have a good filter on my refrigerator. And I have one of those mugs that you put coffee in, the insulated. And I put ice in there and water from the refrigerator. And if you got fresh lemon, that's the best, but I use the real lemon juice squirted in and liquid stevia. I like that because I'm not a water drinker. So that helps me to do that. Yeah, I'm still not doing real good about that. And in my coffee, I do have heavy cream. But, watch that. If you're afraid you're putting too much in, have your tablespoon close by your coffee cup and put in a tablespoon at a time so you don't overdo it. But they want you to start eating a lot of fat, especially when you start out with. So, this one really sounds gross until you do it. It's nothing like what you think. They say put a tablespoon of butter, real butter, not margarine, in your coffee and use your little frother thing. You don't taste anything buttery, or I used unsalted butter. The Irish butter, if you get that, that's the best. But it gets your body kick-starting into eating fat, because it needs that. It has to be retrained. Okay, we're going to eat fat, not carbs. Don't be looking for that fast carb. Just start eating all this fat. And they say the most dangerous fat is, I believe it's called visceral fat. And where all of your organs are at inside you, like your stomach and your heart and your lungs, everything is all contained in there. It'd be like there was a jar and you had a bunch of marbles in there, and then you poured water in the jar where it fills in between. That's visceral, where like visceral fat would be, all in between your organs. And they say that is the most dangerous. And even people who are thin can have a lot of visceral fat. I hope I'm saying that right. So this is the only way you're going to get rid of that. It will actually eat that fat. Eat that fat. Definitely going to do it. So it's like when you're trying to think about this way of eating, it's just so different than everything we're being taught. But it seems like people are really losing and staying healthy. Now with me, I can't tell myself, you can never have a donut, So what I do is I think, when I reach my goal, I can reward myself with that. And then get right back on it. Right back on track. And I don't care what they say. I weigh myself every single day. Okay. So, let me know. I know there's a lot of you have been on this keto diet. And of course, I think the fastest way is keep it simple. Don't get into all these recipes and buying all this fancy stuff. You really don't have to. Keep it simple. Have your butter and your, watch what vegetables. You can't eat every vegetable, and potatoes are out. But the cauliflower, and I've done this, got a head of cauliflower, and I cooked it and drained it really good. Let it drain all the water off it. And then I put it in my food processor with some, you could put butter and cream cheese or whatever, salt, pepper. And it's not exactly like mashed potatoes, but I'll tell you what, it's not far from it. Okay, if you got any other tips, let me know. Because now, like I say, I lost that water weight real fast. But now, the weight I'm going to lose is going to be real fat. And now I'm like, ooh, stalling a little bit here. So encourage me if you've been there. All right. I got to leave you with something today. Maybe a little belly laugh. A couple things I heard I just thought was so cute. Talking about old age. It says, old age is something else. Last night, I was in bed for 20 minutes when I heard the pizza guy cough. Then I remembered I came to my room for my wallet. It might be something we would do, right? Poor pizza guy's in there waiting. I forgot what I came in here for. Think I'll take a nap. Okay, you guys, love you. Bye-bye now.